All right, so today we're going over high bar and low bar squats. Now the reason for this video is because for the first 10 years of my lifting career, all I did was high bar squats. Until randomly in my feed, probably like this video will for you, showed up a low bar squat video. And I watched it and it really made sense to me, so I programmed them in. And about the last year and a half, I've had incredible results. So I want to give that to you and kind of show you the differences there, but also show you little variations, tweaks that I do. So let's get after it. All right, so to make sure we're on the same page, when we're talking high bar squats, the bar's gonna be nice and high on those traps, obviously, right? But make sure, as a point of reference, the bar is gonna stay in line with the middle of your foot the entire time. So to keep that bar over the middle of your foot the entire time, you're gonna need to be incredibly flexible. Otherwise, you're just gonna have really shallow form. So every single squat day, I always get a weight like this, 135, and I sit into the bottom of it, right? I do 1 or 2 sets where I hold the bottom for about 10 seconds like this, because you'll feel after a while, you can actually start to engage those glutes, you get used to the form, and your knees get, twice as warm. I know I go super low, but it's always worked for me, so don't give me any crappy comments about it. Now with low bar squats, the bar is obviously lower, but it's going to sit on those rear delts. And a way to keep that same plane of motion, because what you want to do is draw the same straight line between the bar and your feet, keep it right in the middle of your feet, is you're actually going to engage that lower back, tilted those hips forward, and load your back, and then start the movement. It really does. When it starts to feel like a leg press, then you've got it right. Where the bar sits has everything to do with what muscle engages, because we already talked about it. That plane of motion is not going to change. You want that bar over the middle of your foot in any kind of squat movement you do. So the only thing that changes is where the bar is. So in a front squat, everything's going to be quad dominant. As you move the bar back into a high bar squat, now you're getting quads and a little bit of glute at the bottom. When you go low bar, now it's that whole posterior chain back there, right? So you're engaging that lower back, glutes, hamstrings at the bottom, even that inner thighs, you're driving it up. It really hits everything. I think best case scenario, you alternate these back and forth. 1 week do high, 1 week do low, and it doesn't have to be the same boring routine. You can tweak it up, right? 1 week you can do high bar squats where you're doing the sissy style version of it, where you put a dumbbell down, you stand on that, and you go all the way down, sit on the dumbbell for a second, drive it up. Same thing, low bar squats, maybe you do like a 5-second hold at the bottom of it instead of just that nice tempo that you usually do. And the nice part about these is they work in conjunction with each other, right? So the more you do high bar squats, the more you're gonna have ankle flexibility, the lower you can go on actual low bar squats, and vice versa. When you're doing low bar squats, the bigger and stronger those glutes get, the easier it is for you to get out of the hole in those high bar squats. All right, so I hope that helps you out. I hope if you don't do them already, get low bar squats into your routine, because I take all my brand new trainees and I make them do low bar squats first. You don't run into hip and ankle mobility issues, and you can kind of build their legs as you work on that problem, and then get into high bar squats so you really can pound those quads and get those growing too. So get after it, get growing. I'll talk to you soon.